Shalom. As always, we're going to start out with Colossians 3:17. Whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by h.o.i. Mashiach. Give you thanks to the Most High and the Father by h.o.i. Mashiach. You know, Yahshua, we in the last days. Anybody that can't see that, you in the dark. You just get in the dark. You probably been in the dark. Because these prophecies are coming to be light. And we as a nation, we have to, to the best of our ability, look at what's going on and make sure we don't get caught up in the darkness of this world. And if you are, then, you know, we have a right to dismiss from dealing with you, those that's in darkness. Because what you think? You gonna come to the light from the darkness? When you was in the light, you went to the darkness? No. Look at Ephesians 6. Ephesians 6. And we're gonna look at verse 9. Ephesians 6, verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong by h.o.i. Mashiach. That's why all that we say and do is going to be in the name of the anointed Savior. So be strong by h.o.i. Mashiach. That's in the name of the anointed Savior. And in the power, that's the spiritual power of his might. The spiritual power we're going to get from his power, coming from the Most High. It said, put on the whole armor of the Most High. You got to put on this whole armor. The whole armor. Armor is for protection. Put on the whole armor of the Most High. Put on the whole protection of the Most High. And in the power of his might. Hear that? That ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Hear that? So, if you don't have the protection of the Most High, you're going to be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Let me give you an example right quick. Go to Job, first chapter. That's why you got to have faith in the Most High. Job 1:8. It said, and the Most High said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feared the Most High and eschew of evil? Right? So look what Satan said back to him. Then Satan answered the Most High and said, does Job fear thou the Most High for naught? Do we fear you for nothing? Hast thou, this is what I'm going here for, hast thou not made an hedge about him and about his house and about all that he has on every side? Don't he have the armor of the Most High all around him, the protection of the Most High all around him? All that he have on every side. Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. Right? So that's that armor that Job had around him, the protection of the Most High. As we go back here in Ephesians 6 and 11, it says, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. You know, that's Satan, this devil is still the same thing. I mean, what's the difference? Go to Revelation 12, just make sure that you understand. Revelation 12:9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan. That's all we need. So here we are dealing with what do we need to be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Because some are weak and they fall into the traps of the devil. Because what's the devil doing? What is he doing? You see what he's doing. You can tell what he's doing. Just look around. First Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, which means your enemy, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. So what? He may devour you so that you can fall into the same trap that he's going to fall into. Which is what? Revelation 20:10. He wants you to go right here with him. That's why I say he accepts everybody. He's the only one that says you can come as you are. That's the devil, so you can come as you are. You ain't got to change. Just be who you are and continue to come and worship him. So you can go right here with him. Revelation 20:10. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. That's you. If you don't know how to deal with not being caught up with him, who gets in other people's minds and have them to do what they would have you to do behind what somebody else does, oh, you caught up, you trapped. Most of our people are Gentiles. They're not Israelites, they're Gentiles. And see, we mingled among the you got to look at this. Go to Psalms 106. Because it's beyond just, you got to understand, at this time, in the spirit, it's beyond just dealing with these other nations, because we ain't around the other nations. You can be around the Gentiles that are who? Our people. That are wicked as hell. They're the children of the devil. Straight up. And you fall prey to that, then, hey, you're going to be part of the children of the devil too. That's why you got to avoid it. We say Psalms 106 and 35. But we're mingled among the heathen and learn their works. So our people put flavor into wickedness, evilness. Mingled around the heathen and learn their works. So you be mingled around these Gentiles, even if they are our people, they still heathens. Because they ain't learned the truth. They ain't about the laws of the Most High. And some of you still in the truth want to still follow the way the churches teach you. Leaders in the churches teach you. We ain't under the law. So if you're under the law, you're going to do what's right. Because you're going to fear the Most High. You ain't fear the Most High. Hey, he's going to bring it on you. Especially as much as I talk about it. Fearing the Most High. Telling you it means to be afraid, to be scared. And prove it in the scriptures. And serve their idols, which were a snare unto them. See? It was a snare unto them. So you bring these idols that they're dealing with around, let's say, you know, yeah, they sacrifice their sons and their daughters unto devils. Come on now, hey look, I don't know what I'm talking about. 1 John, go to 1 John. They ain't talking about these other nations with us. That's why you got to look at this in the spirit to be able to recognize before it's too late. 1 John 4 and 10. In this the children, 3 and 10. In this the children of the Most High are manifest, and the children of the devil. Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of the Most High. So if you know what's right according to the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, following the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, you know this is right, that's wrong. Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of the Most High, neither he that loveth not his brother. See? So they're the children of the devil. For this is the message that you heard from the beginning, that we should love one another. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, the devil, slew his brother. Because the devil got in his mind to have him do that. And wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous. See? Abel was dealing with the Most High. Cain was looking at what the devil said. Ain't no different from then to when he came to Eve and said, hey, you ain't going to surely die. You can eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Most High told him you're going to die. Oh, you ain't going to really die. The first lie told. Shoot. Better recognize. So, going back to Ephesians. See, this is what we doing. We dealing with this on a high level, people. You better understand. Ephesians 6. Verse 11. Put on the whole armor, which is the protection of the Most High. As you see, Satan even told the Most High, you got a head, you protected him. You got the armor around him, around Job. I can't get him. That you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Because the devil going, where? Let me show you. Where the devil at? Oh, he's underground? Nah, he ain't underground. Here he is right here. Job 1 and 7. And the Most High said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Where you coming from, Satan? Devil. Then Satan answered the Most High and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. That's that cross, y'all. That people make that cross on their chest. That's that cross right there. To and fro and up and down. Ain't that what they do? That's what it is. Representing who? He just tell you. That's where that come from. Got nothing to do with Mashiach Yahushua, the Most High, or no one else. Spiritual. Ephesians 6 and 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world. Hear that? the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Spiritual demons, man, in high places, operating, invisible. Because you gotta understand this. Go to Colossians 1:14. It says, in whom we have redemption through his blood, through h.o.i blood, even the forgiveness of sins. That's to the Israelites. In whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins, who is the image of the invisible power. See, the Most High is invisible. The firstborn of every creature, h.o.i. Revelation 3:14 proves that. For by him were all things created, that are in heaven, that are in earth, visible and invisible. Hear that? So he made things that are visible and things that are invisible. Things you can't see, because they're invisible. Whether they be thrones or dominions, like we talk about, or principalities, like we talk about here in Ephesians 6 and 11 down, or powers, all things were created by him and for him. And he is before all things. Most High made him before he made anything. And by him all things consist. So going back to Ephesians 6 and 13, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, the protection of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day. You gonna tell me this ain't an evil day now? We getting killed, the verdict is not guilty. All the things that's going on that's wicked, you know, men with men, women with women, and children growing up to be able to accept that type of conduct. That's why it's all about conduct. And eating the wrong things. They're trying to kill us through the food, through the air, through the water, everything. You look at it, it's wicked, it's evil. The evil day. And having done all to stand, you got to stand. Stand therefore, he said, having your loins girt about with truth. What's the truth? Psalms 119:142. That righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. So it says, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, with the laws of the Most High. And having on the breastplate of righteousness. Let the breastplate of righteousness be on you. Not just some breastplate, and you wicked. No, put a breastplate of righteousness upon you. Doing what the Most High wants you to do. And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace that's coming to Israel. Above all, taking the shield of faith. Let your faith be your shield. That's protection. Faith in the Most High. Who's going to defeat the Most High? Nobody. Above all, taking the shield, your protection, your shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. See? You'll be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. They throw them. You have no power. When you rolling your h.o.i, it says, and take the helmet, where the helmet fit, right on your head, of salvation. Put salvation in your mind. Keep it there, so you won't do the wrong things and end up getting have to be dealt with because you're doing the wrong thing, and ruin your salvation. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High. But who's doing that? Who's really locked into that? See, that's why we gotta go for it, man. We gotta look at it for what it is and make this happen. Make it happen, people. Because it's gonna be a day when it's not gonna be as it is today. Believe you me. Go to Psalms 83, the 83rd chapter. And verse 12. Our King David prophesying against the enemies of the Most High, the nations that are the enemies of the Most High, and the haters of the Most High. Psalms 83 and 12. And some of you out there that's still thinking that you rolling in righteousness, you the haters of the Most High and the enemies of the Most High because you love the world. Or you do things of the world. You do things to satisfy your flesh. That's why the Most High had me going to the lust of the flesh. It says, and said, let us take to ourselves the houses of the Most High in possession. See? They said, let us take unto ourselves the houses of the Most High in possession. That's the families of the Most High. That's the 12 tribes of Israel. That's what they did. You know, they took the houses. Who live in the house? The families of Israel in possession. That's what they did. That's why Most High is going to redeem us from among them. Look at Ezekiel 36. Verse 2. It says, thus said the Most High Power, because the enemy have said against you, the children of Israel, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession, like the land of Israel over there. You have the Jewish people occupying that land. And who else is occupying that land? Therefore prophesy and say, thus say the Most High Power. He's going to make it clear who he's talking about, though. Because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that ye might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen, and ye are taken up in the lips of talkers and all infamy of the people. Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Most High Power. Thus say the Most High Power to the mountains and to the hills, to the kingdoms over there, to the rivers and to the valleys and to the desolate wastes, to the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey and derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about. That's what we call y'all heathen. These are the other nations over there in the land of Israel. Therefore, thus say the Most High Power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea. Idumea, you look it up in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, it says Edom, Rome, representing the so-called Caucasian people. It says, against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession, with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. Now that's what he's talking about. He said, Idumea have taken his land of Israel, and they own it for possession. Prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains, the kingdoms, and to the valleys, thus say the Most High Power, behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have borne to carry the shame of the heathen. Therefore thus say the Most High Power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, I have lifted up mine hand, surely the heathen that are about you, they shall bear their shame. But you know, but ye, O mountains of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people of Israel, for they are at hand to come. That's what salvation is going to be about. We got next, and we're at hand to come. Going back to Isaiah, the Psalms the 83rd chapter, the 12th verse, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of the Most High in possession. And that's what they have done, taken our houses, our families, and put them in possession. In slavery, captivity, and bondage, however you want to look at it until this day. That's why it says in Zechariah 11 and 5, Zechariah 11 and 5, it says, what did it say? For possession, right? So they have us as a possession. And what do they do concerning us? Zechariah 11 and 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. You know, that's happening all the time. Just like the officer that choked Eric Gardner out. Found not guilty. And he was saying, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. Whole world heard that. Just kept choking them out. Whose possessors slay them and many others, and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Most High, for I am rich. I mean, how rich did they get from selling us on auction blocks in slavery? And their own shepherds pity them not. Their own preachers don't even pity us. Just trying to make money off of us. Milking us just like the enemy. Psalms 83:13. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth of wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire, so persecute them with thy tempest. Because the Most High is a consuming fire. And make them afraid with thy storm. Afraid, right? Make them fear him. That's the fear of the Most High, to be afraid of him in thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Most High. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yeah, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. That's Most High like to be bragged upon, talked about. Isaiah 5 and 20. Let these heathen know you are the power, Most High, that rule in the kingdom of earth, of men, right here on this earth. Isaiah 5 and 20. Woe mean destruction unto them that call evil good. He said destruction to you when you doing what's wrong according to the word of the Most High, and you say it's okay, it's good. And good evil. He said destruction to you. You call being righteous evil and being unrighteous good. Doing the things that's contrary to the law and such commandments of the Most High. You say that's okay, that's good. Ain't that what they said? I mean, that's how the church teach. They say you're not under the law, you're under mercy and grace. But only Israelites are under mercy and grace, so we the only ones given the law. But they say, hey, you ain't under the law, you're under mercy and grace. Lying to you. That's why the Most High gonna deal with them. And you gonna fall into this category too. Matthew 5:19. Whoso therefore shall break one of these least commandments, the least commandments, and shall teach men so. I mean, you saying we ain't under the law, and you know the law, you know it's something that you're not supposed to do something wrong, and you do it anyway. You know, my check out shot ain't going to the Most High for you. Whoso therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. You're going to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. Cast to the lake of fire, that's what you're going to be. But whosoever shall do and teach them, do and teach what? The commandments of the Most High, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. That's what my Sheikh Shai telling you that. So you got a problem, you got to take it over here. Go back to Isaiah 5 and 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light. You put darkness for light. You know, you going opposite of what you're supposed to be doing and call it light. Just because you feel like that? Nah. Mosiah said, kill you. He's going to destroy you. He said, woe me destruction. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of living power. Putting darkness for light and light for darkness. That put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Let you know, hey, you rolling opposite of what you've been taught and know better. This is the last days. You're going to allow this world and the people in this world to diminish you from your salvation. 21. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes. Uh-oh. Woe to them that are wise in their own eyes, huh? Go to Proverbs 3 and 5. Proverbs 3 and 5. It says, trust in the Most High. He said, woe to them that's wise in their own eyes, right? Woe means destruction. Destruction to them that are wise in their own eyes. How they think, how they see things. I see it like this. It say, trust in the Most High with all thine heart. All we can trust in the Most High is to believe in what his word says. Learn it, live it, and apply it in your life. And lean not unto thine own understanding. So don't lean into your own understanding. Because what? You're gonna fall short. Every time you're gonna fall short. Brings me to that scripture, Ecclesiasticus 3:24. See, people playing with this, not realizing most are saying, woe, destruction to you. That's why I gotta warn you. Ecclesiastes 3:24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion. What does it say? Woe to them that are wise in their own eyes, imputed in their own sight. Right? What does it say? Ecclesiastes 3:24. But many are deceived by their own vain opinion. Worthless opinion. Most I don't care about how you think. And an evil suspicion has overthrown their judgment. So evil comes in and make you make the wrong decision. A judgment is decision. You do something, you say, man, I shouldn't have did it. It's too late, you did it. You should have thought about it before you did it. Because most I said, Isaiah 5:21, woe means destruction unto them that are wise in their own eyes, imputed in their own sight. Woe means destruction, people. Woe unto them, destruction unto them that are mighty to drink wine, and men of strength to mingle strong drink, which justify the wicked for reward. Justify the wicked for reward. Oh, I gotta keep my job, so I'm gonna justify what Esau say, because they gonna make sure that I have my monies or whatever I gotta deal with, because you're too lazy to do what you need to deal with to do what's right. It take, just Most High said what? First John 5:3. For this the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments. The commandments are not grievous. It ain't hard to do. It's not a hard thing to do, but our people is trying to find a way to please the lust of the flesh, and fornication and adultery and lasciviousness, effeminate, men with men, women with women, all kind of madness. They'll find a way to justify their wickedness. That's why Moses said, woe to you, woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine, and men of strength to mingle strong drink. Become weak, which justify the wicked for reward. Justify the wicked for reward. Oh, they giving you something, so you justify the wicked, that the devil that got into their minds to have you do whatever you're gonna do. That's wicked. Belong right along with them, and you justify the wicked for reward because they got something they can give you, and take away the righteous of the righteous from him. Take away the righteousness. Especially like we the teachers, we the men of these last days, they take away the righteous, they go against us. And what we bring forth in the truth, we open up, give them the Bible, they can't tell you nothing. But that's what people want. They want the world. They want to be like the people of the world. Because, like it says, they justify the wicked because it's reward, you can get something out of it. But ain't nothing more powerful than being rich with this truth, with the word of the Most High. With his law, statutes, commandments, having faith in the Mashiach, says, woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes, verse 21, and imputed in their own sight. Because the evil suspicion overthrown their judgment, they follow their own vain opinion. Trusting in their heart, right? Say the heart is desperately wicked. Your mind is desperately wicked. When you fall into this woe, Most High gonna make sure he let you know he coming for you. Was justify, verse 23, was justify the wicked for reward, and take away the righteous of the righteous from him. Take away the righteous for the righteous of him. That's trying to show you how to be right to make it to the kingdom. Like I say, they don't sacrifice their sons and their daughters to these devils. They got to suffer behind what you men and you women are doing. Justifying the wicked for reward or pleasure. Verse 24. Therefore, as the fire devours the stubble, like the fire devours tumbleweeds, dried up weeds, and the flame consumeth the shaft, so their root shall be as rottenness. You hear that? So your root will be as rottenness, and their blossom shall go up as dust, because they have cast away the law of the Most High Power of hosts, knowing the law, knowing what's right, and cast it away. That's why he said, therefore, as the fire devoureth the stubble, and the flame consumeth the shaft, so their root shall be as rottenness, and their blossom shall go up as dust, because they have cast away the law of the Most High Power of hosts, and despised the word of the Holy One of Israel. That's why, go to 2nd Ezra 9. So you got a chance now. You got opportunity. Some of you already had a chance. And hopefully you can repent to come out of it and get back on the right track. If not, then he said, woe, he said destruction to you. So here it is right here in 2nd Ezra 9. As he's saying, because they have cast away the law of the Most High Power of hosts. That's power of angels. Power of his powerful army of angels. And despised the word of the Holy One of Israel. 2nd Ezra 9. Verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works that are righteous, following the laws of the Most High, having faith in the h.o.d.c, and by faith whereby ye have believed. See, some people don't believe. That's why I say, what's the word on you when the book is closed? Okay, you hear it now. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. The book's closed. Now you turn back to the villain that you are, the demon that you are. Them demons get back in you and have you do things that's wrong. Shall be preserved from the said perils. Don't be preserved from the said danger. Let you know, Jacob's trouble, you ain't seen it yet. You see how it says, possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. You ain't seen the trouble that's prophesied in this Bible that's coming. But those that keep the laws and do what's right, gonna be preserved from the said perils. That means the said dangers. And shall see my salvation in my land. Because you'll kick the people that's in the land out. And burn it up and purify it and set down New Jerusalem. And within my borders, where I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Then shall they be in pitiful case. This is you. That he's saying, because they have cast away the law of the Most High Power of hosts and despised the word of the Holy One of Israel. Because you can't say you love him. If he said you love me, keep my commandments. Simple as that. You say, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. That's abused his laws. And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. That's that woe. You can't get around it. Say, that's that woe right there. They're going to dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits. They receive, so a lot of people receiving benefits. Benefits from Esau, benefits from the job, benefits from blessings that the Most High sent down upon this earth. They receive benefits and have not known me. They ain't known them. And they that have loathed my law, hated his law, can't do what's right. That ain't me. I remember brothers saying, man, y'all got them fringes and ribbon of blue on them gowns, man, and stuff talking about our garments. I can't do that. End up right there having one on. So you got to watch what you say. And women that don't want to follow the way that to be an Israelite woman, to be virtuous, you too. You fall in that category too. You loathe the laws of the Most High. You want to be like the world. You're the enemy, and you at war with the Most High. I put you at war with the Most High. You're going to see this. And they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, you had liberty, all this time you had to study and do what you need to do to be righteous. That's your liberty. And when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, repent for all the things that have done wrong in this world, understood not. You know why you don't understand? Because you ain't studied, show yourself approved. It's been told to you, you didn't listen. That's why the Most High said, woe to you. Gotta repent. Hard though. Hard. It's no easy task, man. It's like, that's why I say the righteous scarcely gonna be saved. So there's gonna be many more that perish than that's gonna be saved. And they that have loathed or hated my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain. You hear that? This hell enough, isn't it? I guess it's not a hell enough for some people. They got to know it after death by pain, suffering. He already said torments, and he said gonna know the same gonna know it after death by pain. Woo. That's deep. That's real deep. Second Ezra 7:32. And the earth shall restore those that are asleep in her, and so shall the dust those that dwell in silence. Those that have died, what's I say, he gonna raise them up. In the secret places shall deliver those souls that were committed unto them. That's death and hell. And the Most High shall appear upon the seat of judgment, and misery shall pass away, and the long suffering shall have an end. That's hell that we in. That long suffering gonna have an end. But those that are gonna be righteous and do what the Most High wants us to do, and not fall into the wiles of the devil. But judgment only shall remain. That judgment only gonna remain. Truth shall stand. The laws of the Most High gonna stand, because truth, you see, you know what the truth is in Psalms 119, 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. Hallelujah, praise the Most High. And the Most High shall appear, verse 33, upon the seat of judgment, and misery shall pass away. No more misery for those that are righteous in his eyes and make it to the kingdom. No more misery, no more tears, no more sadness. It's going to be beautiful. And the long suffering shall have an end. This hell that we ain't going to have an end. But judgment only shall remain. Truth, which is laws of the Most High. Psalms 119, 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. Truth shall stand. So the Most High's law is going to stand. And faith shall wax strong. Having faith in the Most High. Going to wax strong. And the work shall follow. Hear that? The work going to follow. And the reward shall be showed. And the good deed shall be of force. And wicked deeds shall bear no rule. Woo. See. That sounds like good news to me. Go to Mark, the 4th chapter. And we're going to start on verse 1. Mark 4:1. This is really provident with our people. Mark 4:1. And he began again to teach by the seaside. And there was gathered unto him a great multitude, so that he entered into a ship and sat in the sea. You know how far a ship got to be out in the ocean to continue to sail. Ain't nobody going out there pushing no ship out into the sea so we can sail. So that he entered into a ship and sat in the sea, and the whole multitude was by the sea of the land. And he taught them many things by parables. Taught them many things by parables, which is like a riddle. I'm going to tell you something, you figure it out. And said unto them in his doctrine, hearken, mean listen. Behold, there went out a sower to sow, which is a farmer planting seeds. And it came to pass, as he sowed or he farmed the land, some fell by the wayside. Some fell by the wayside. And the fowls of the air came and devoured it up. So it fell by the wayside, the seed planted the seed by the wayside, and the fowls, the birds came and ate it up. And some fell on stony ground, where it had not much earth. And immediately it sprang up because it had no depth of earth. So you threw it among stony ground. Immediately it sprang up, but it had no depth of earth because it's on stone. But when the sun was up, it was scorched. Sun came up, seed was scorched, plant was scorched. And because it had no root, it withered away. Withered away. Parable, you figure it out, the riddle. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked it, and it yielded no fruit. And the other fell on good ground, and did yield fruit that sprang up and increased, and brought forth some 30, and some 60, and some 100. So they had works. But they fell among good ground. Go to John 15 and 3. And see, that's the problem. Some people have been introduced to this truth and they found their way out. And once they find their way out, then where you going besides the world and be at war with the Most High, but still think they still gonna roll with the Most High once you done did the honorary acts of abomination. Most High hate all abomination, all sin. He wants us to be righteous. That's why it says John 15 and 3. Now you are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. See, now you clean according to this word. Abide in me, my second Shai said, and I in you. Because we Mashiachim. We are Mashiachim. We the anointeds. We the Messiahs. And the Mashiach Yahushua is the Most High's. 1 Corinthians 3:23. He said, abide in me and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine, no more can ye except ye abide in me. See, but you can't abide in him. That's why he said if you in 14 and 15, St. John 14:15, if you love me, keep my commandments. You still got to follow the law. So if you ain't following the law, you go against the law, then you ain't none of his disciples. You can't say you love them. That's why he said, abide in me